A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a significant political move that could reshape the landscape of the U.S. House of Representatives, California voters will head to the polls in November to decide on a Democrat-proposed congressional map aimed at securing 5 additional House seats for the party. This initiative comes in direct response to Texas Republicans who have advanced their own congressional map, which is expected to favor the GOP. The political chess game, led by California Governor Gavin Newsom, seeks to counteract the Republican gains in Texas and ensure that the Democratic Party maintains a stronghold in the House as the midterm elections approach. The proposed redistricting plan has been framed as a necessary measure to combat what Democrats perceive as a concerted effort by Republican states to manipulate electoral maps for partisan advantage. Newsom has positioned this initiative as a direct counter to President Donald Trump and Texas Governor Greg Abbott, who have spearheaded efforts to establish a Republican-friendly congressional map in Texas. Newsom stated, "This is about taking back our country. This is about the Democratic Party now punching back forcefully and very intentionally." The legislative session in California has seen a flurry of activity as lawmakers prepare to pass a trio of bills that will allow voters to decide whether to overturn the existing congressional maps in the state's independent redistricting commission. The proposed map would transform 5 Republican districts into Democratic-leaning ones, effectively nullifying the changes made in Texas. The districts in question are represented by Representatives Doug LaMalfa, David Valadao, Darrell Issa, Ken Calvert, and Kevin Kiley. This push for redistricting comes in the wake of a ruling by the California Supreme Court, which dismissed claims from the state GOP that they had not been given sufficient time to review the proposed legislation. With the court's decision, Democrats are moving forward with their plans, undeterred by Republican opposition. As the political landscape becomes increasingly polarized, the stakes are high for both parties. If California voters approve the new congressional map, it could dramatically shift the balance of power in the House, potentially having the number of Republican representatives from California. This scenario underscores the broader national battle for control of Congress, with both parties vying for an advantage ahead of the 2026 midterm elections. Critics of the redistricting effort, including Republican leaders in California, have decried the initiative as a corrupt scheme to rig elections. They argue that the move undermines the state's commitment to independent redistricting, which has been lauded as a model for fair electoral practices. Assembly Minority Leader James Gallagher warned that retaliatory measures could lead to a slippery slope, eroding the integrity of the electoral process. On the other hand, Democratic leaders argue that the extraordinary circumstances necessitate a response to the aggressive tactics employed by Republicans. Assembly Speaker Robert Rivas asserted that California would not be a bystander to what he termed a power grab by the GOP. He emphasized the need for Democrats to act decisively to defend their state's interests and uphold democratic values. The political maneuvering in California reflects a growing trend of partisan redistricting efforts across the country, spurred by Trump's influence within the Republican Party. With states like Florida and Indiana also considering similar measures, the national discourse around electoral maps is heating up. Former President Barack Obama has weighed in on the issue, expressing support for Newsom's efforts while cautioning against the dangers of hyper-partisan redistricting. Obama acknowledged the necessity of responding to Republican strategies, but reiterated his preference for nonpartisan approaches to electoral mapping. As the November election approaches, the outcome of California's redistricting vote will be closely watched, not only for its implications on state politics, but also for its potential impact on the national political landscape. The battle lines are drawn, and both parties are gearing up for what promises to be a contentious electoral season. With the fate of congressional seats hanging in the balance, California's voters will play a pivotal role in shaping the future of the U.S. House of Representatives. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.